even though Diddy was down with the M-Block movement, you would never really see him in too much drama and shit like that, you know. He'd play the background mostly. Within his character development, you could tell. Growing up, he was never no dumb nigga, and he still ain't. Even though that nigga barely be eating, he's definitely the brains of M-Block, for sure. After the cycle of the series, aka Lil E shot Frankie, it's been war. And I mean real war. On one night, Diddy, Quad, and Lil E was hanging outside the store. And the next thing you know, this nigga Scrap popped up with his Uzi and started blicking that bitch. I'm talking about Scrap was shooting at anybody out there. Even that nigga Quad got hit, but he had a bulletproof vest, so he survived. And they had that nigga Diddy ducking too. He had to get behind the little thing, or whatever you call that shit, you heard me? But anyways, this would be the first time Diddy had actually experienced the war firsthand. And after that shooting, he'd finally understand what the war was really like and how it was about to go. Now, throughout those couple of days, Lil E girlfriend actually got killed in the midst of everything. So now shit started to actually hit the fan. After that, Diddy could actually sense that Lil E was about to crash out. I mean, fully. He tried to talk to the psychopath, but of course he ain't listen. He was gonna do his own thing. Lil E and Diddy actually ended up talking later that day. And Diddy was trying to explain to him that he was trying to grow old. He wasn't trying to get into the beef. But Lil E ended up trying to explain to that nigga that his bitch ain't had nothing to do with shit. And she got killed for no reason. Honestly, I can see where he coming from. But even before all that nigga was a bound crash out. He was already doing way too much. Way too much. After them niggas got done politicking, Lil E tried to leave a gun in Diddy's crib. But Diddy claimed that he was okay and he ain't need it. But on the other hand, Lil E tried to tell him no matter how hard he tried to fight this shit, he was still gonna be one of them. And he was still gonna be caught up in the war no matter what. So he might as well just take the shit. And after a little bit of convincing, Diddy said, fuck it. Why not take the gun? Shit, what's the worst that could happen? A couple days later, M-Block ended up taking a big loss, but not to the streets. They big homie Fat Sean ended up killing himself. And I guess after all the damage that has been done to the city throughout the war, over what Lil E did, it really got to his head and started fucking with him. Cause I guess in his head, it was never supposed to turn out like that. Diddy felt some type of way about everything that Lil E was doing, and he called him out on it. And of course Lil E ain't going back down, so them niggas started arguing back and forth. And Lil E felt like it wasn't his fault that Fat Sean killed himself. He started being disrespectful, talking about some fat motherfucker this, fat motherfucker that. So I guess he ain't really care about Lil E death. He was just on his own type of timing. That nigga Diddy was trying to fight about it and everything. But that nigga Lil E just brushed it off. Like I said, that nigga Lil E a psychopath and always will be. Ain't shit gonna change. Now if the Fat Sean died, somebody had to take his place. Lil E actually decided that he was gonna be top throne, being that he got the most rank and respect around the hood and shit. But Diddy and all the other guys said they wasn't running behind that. They said that nigga was crashing out too much. But of course Lil E ain't give a fuck what they was talking about. Honestly, I felt like he been winning that top spot for a long time. He was just waiting for the perfect moment. Even though all the original M-Block members wasn't running behind this nigga, he got some little niggas to volunteer for him and step up. But the thing is, these little niggas ain't know shit about shit. They was just trying to be down. You could tell, bro. If these niggas had a shootout with Nas from Trap Boy, these niggas would have lost in a 3v1. These niggas out here fucking bad, bro. Just look at this nigga, Shannon Sharp face ass nigga, bro. Diddy ended up trying to make Lil E understand that they lost. They lost the whole war. The Goodfellas took over. They then and took out all they niggas. It was done. But Lil E, on the other hand, claimed that he had his own scoreboard. He ain't give a fuck about none of that other shit they was talking about. And later that night, Lil E planned to go meet up with D-Rock. Now, of course, that's skeptical after them niggas had words and they was damn about to kill each other on the block. Damn about to fist fight in that bitch. But Diddy had told Lil E he shouldn't go down in the meet up with D-Rock. That shit sounded way too skeptical. But Lil E said, fuck it. He was gonna do it anyway. Now, Lil E was originally supposed to meet up with D-Rock in the train station, but D-Rock was nowhere to be found, of course. Instead, he was met with a little nigga with a Draco from Clayway. But that shit right there ain't scared Lil E at all. He said, fuck it, either you gonna kill me or not. And long behold, Captain Skinny Saber motherfucker saved Lil E from getting killed. Would you look at that? Diddy had to let Lil E know. Even though they going through this shit right now, they in block. And they in block for life. And the loyalty that Diddy got for Lil E is never gone and never will be.